technique. And now the Russians again in the half of South Africa who just can't get out of that portion of the field.
Russia lie above Portugal in the table. Portugal in the relegation zone at the moment. 6 points advantage. And the Russians, Vladislav Sozonov. Nothing wrong with that effort from the Russians. They've opened their account against mighty South Africa.
Well, this is it. This is talking about executing the basics. Look at this, it's just ball into space, quick hands, drills in the last defender, and Kyle Brown, and he hits it at speed. Just Vladislav Sozonov. What a good, well taken 7th try there by Russia. Look at that, passes in front, nice and crisp, and then on the edge they hit it fast, and there's no way South Africa was going to stop that.
Great effort from Russia. 5-0 their advantage, but again, getting the ball to do the work. The ball is always quicker than the man.
They're just dominating passes completed, aren't they? Because they've had all the ball in the right end of the field.
Babayev kicks long this time. Kyle Brown into midfield. That's the new boy, Siviwe Soizwapi, South Africa. So often the litmus paper for this South African Blitzbokker side. Good support play from Chris Dry. Again, the Russians are there in numbers. Could well be space out wide. 4-on-2 here. Dipana suffered a spate of injuries, so he's been out of the game for almost 12 months. Dupria, left-handed pass into midfield again. Soizwapi finding Dipana, sacks in 2-3 Russian defenders.
I just see at the moment when the South African with their hosted changes aren't finding their rhythm as yet, and that tends to happen when you got a lot of guys coming off the bench. They're trying to make an impact, trying to make the most of their opportunity. Just need to settle down and do their roles.
Striking a balance between recovery and training and maintaining that mental focus. That's been the task for the teams this week, and South Africa would appear to have coped better than some of the leading nations, notably Fiji and New Zealand, who've been turned over already this morning. And the player held up as Soizwapi tries to bring to ground. Kyle Brown is there as well. He's a big, strong lad, isn't he? Russia. Ostrushko. He'll take them on every time. So Russia look as if they're going to go into this break with a lead over South Africa, unless something develops from this penalty.
Branko de Brea, they're doing outstanding work over the top on their ball. They had 3 players, South Africa involved as well. So Swazi doing some delicious work at the breakdown, but South Africa needed this. They need a score here too.
Branko de Brea and South Africa in concert. Oh. Poor time to pass, so we arrive at the break. Just the one solitary score then, and that claimed by the Russian number 3, Vladislav Sozonov. I wonder whether there's another upset on the cards here in Singapore. Did Neil Powell have the hairdryer out there, Carlton Nana, or was he just raising a voice above the din to make himself heard?
I won't embarrass myself and my Afrikaans, but I'm sure he won't be happy with his team because they just seem to lack fluidity throughout. I just think they just need to get a bit more go for. Probably been guilty of going side to side rather than straight up and down first. So I'd say get the ball, go for, dominate. That's where they've been dominated at the breakdown of physicality and giving away too much ball, no doubt.
Matt Rodden, our referee, prepares to get the second half underway as South Africa readies and steadies himself. Where will he put this one? A little too far yet again. There's no excuse for that, Carlton Anna, because the sidelines are so narrow here beyond the touchlines.
Especially a guy of this quality, South Africa. He's a lot better than that, and I'm sure Neil Powell won't be happy with the start because they find themselves deep within their own half again on the back foot.
Possession given away to the Russians. Short penalty. Knew what was coming. The South Africans knew what was coming too, in the form of Vladimir Strushko now then Soizwapi. But once again possession is lost or given away. And Russia have a chance through the captain Davidov. Bondarev looking to make some room for himself. Quick transference of ball through the hands, finding Sozanov, the try scorer, the sole try scorer in this match. And how often have we seen South Africa well in control at half time? But not so. Again looking to hold up the ball carrier. Filatov diving into the contact area, taken by Kankowski and Chris Dry. Strushko, another go this time to use his power. Lovely pass back inside. This looks promising. Sozanov is away for his second try. Well, what a turn-up for the books.
The style of this game really reminds me of the Vancouver final where New Zealand played South Africa. New Zealand just slowed the play down, went side to side, dominated possession. South Africa couldn't get their hands on their ball, and then they decided to strike. It came in the form of Strushko, who made the initial break on the outside because he's so strong. But what about Vladisar Sozanov? Gets a double in this pool match, and isn't he stoked?
22-year-old made his full debut in Glasgow some 2 seasons ago. Now then, what's happened here?
They've taken too long to take the conversion. You have 30 seconds to time you put the ball down to take it. They win. Didn't take it in time. He left the ball there. That's a huge mistake in front of the post.
Well, I wonder whether that could cost Russia dearly, because they could have well have done with that extra 2-pointer.
The first year on the circuit, but that's a lesson I'm sure they won't forget.
Well, they played a lot of sounds on the European circuit, and they've been long enough on the international circuit as well to know better. And the rule is the same for every team. Oh, well palmed down there by Davidov. Strushko ducks under the tackle of Chris Dry. And they have the ball again to the Russians. Filatov. South Africa very quickly this time out of the defensive line. Sozanov looks.
Neil Powell's brought on his A team with a dual mass changes. I think Agaba's on there also, and Quagga Smith.
Well, that reflects Neil Powell's concern. Certainly at the top of the second half, he's looking to manage his team here, knowing that there could be a tough game on the cards against Kenya in the last pool match this evening.
Oh, I bet you Kenya have beaten South Africa in pool play on their home turf, so I'm sure he's well aware of what the threat of the African nation can do.
What a strange morning it's been.
Sit.
And here we are again with Russia leading South Africa, one of the tournament favourites, 10 points to 0. That could well change in the next few seconds or so, with Justin Gedould, the paceman, the gasman on the field, back inside. The Russians missed the tackle of Branko de Preer. And South Africa, at long last, get their opening score. It's a milestone for Branko de Preer. 70 tries now in his 7 series career.
Makes such a difference when you got a missile on the end of your line with CME. Just takes off the Sanatless, the threat. It stretches the field straight away. But watch his distribution on the inside. He was lost balance, draws in 2 defenders and gives it to Branko de Preer. Brilliant work.
now possibly we see how costly that conversion attempt that was not taken by Russia has been. So 3 points the difference. Kheduld. And that looks long. On the button this time. Bondarev. Filatov rather. Oh, Kwagga Smith will not get a simpler try than that.
It's just come down to the pure line speed of the front liners coming on, just giving Russia no time to make their decisions. See, even though he flings off one defender, another player's on the outside. Ruan now it was, causing the pressure. Then Kwagga Smith on the inside. I love Kwagga Smith because he's just such a hard worker.
Hard work and abrasive character as well. Made the 2015 dream team, the season's dream team, and since he's come on, he's put South Africa in dreamland. Order has been restored, and South Africa lead Russia 14-10. Yeah, then I wonder whether Russia can respond here.
Time's off kicker. He's going off the far side.
We have the substitution. Dimitri Sukin has come on wearing 10. Again, a well-placed ball from the kickoff from Justin Kheduld.
There's still a lot of time here, so if I was Russians, I'd kick it downtown. Just get out of your half, get some breathing room, try and reset and make a call and get accurate at set piece.
You refer to that final in Vancouver, New Zealand and South Africa, and people say, well, what a boring final it was. I thought it was textbook stuff from New Zealand in particular. They controlled the pace of the game, knowing that South Africa had all the pace. But Gordon Teacher has been the master tactician that he is, and his players certainly played it by the book.
Yeah, it was tactical, no doubt about that. If you can't run around a team, you have to run through it, and that's what New Zealand did. They started them with the ball.
Well, let's see whether Russia have taken a page out of Gordon Teacher's manual. Still need to score. Agaba has stolen it. The long striding Tim Agaba looks faster than he is perhaps with those bandages, but here's a young man going places. Kwagga Smith gets a second and has probably clinched this pool match for South Africa.
Well, he's going places all right. He's going to the end zone. That's what he's doing. Missed throw at the line out from New Zealand, but what about this guy? He's really stepped up. Tim Agaba, and then he gives it to Kwagga Smith, but you can see how underrated his speed is. A lot of players don't realise until you've got to try and catch him, how quick he is.
Yeah, Kwagga apparently is a zebra type animal, very fast. I'm just wondering whether that is where Kwagga got his name. There is the gong, and Russia, well, having been in the lead by 10 points to nil. I've seen that 10-point advantage overturned courtesy of 2 tries for Kwagga Smith and 1 for Branko de Pre. It's finished. South Africa 21, Russia 10.